this week look like in review after getting so close to one of the contenders this year?
Yeah, it was really positive. We found a few things that we definitely could have done better, and things that we think are that we normally do quite well. But overall, it was a really positive review. I think we played our best footy for the year so far against a really good side in Melbourne. So we just need to keep building on that as we have since the Geelong game and take it into Adelaide this week.
So what's missing to achieve that four-quarter performance?
That's a good question, the four-quarter performance. It's not a fitness issue. We've had that. It's probably a bit of concentration and also the concentration against really good sides who don't drop off, and that's what we're going to come up against this week. So we need to make sure that we start well and then reset every quarter. Probably don't let the emotion ride with it. Start again each quarter and go from there.
Crows haven't conceded a goal, I think, for the past 2 weeks. Do you think that's an advantage if you can get on the board early and rattle them a bit?
Definitely, they're a side that they play with great control. That they tend to dominate their opposition, have the game played on their terms a lot. So we have to make sure that doesn't happen, because when that does happen, as we've seen the last 2 weeks, and even against Collingwood the previous week, are a very good side. They kept Collingwood to 2 goals as well. So we need to find ways to penetrate their defensive systems, and we think we've got the right type of players to do that if we can get on top in the clearance battle.
And a lot's changed since April when you faced this team in a preliminary final.
Yeah, definitely. It was. I just saw a bit of that game recently, and it was a real high quality game, that one. We really pushed Adelaide on that occasion. Obviously, we've lost a few since then, and so have they. Their depth probably isn't as good as what it was back then as well. So, but their players, Marinoff, Hatchard, and Randall, are in outstanding form at the moment.
And is it similar to Melbourne? We need to take a team approach, considering they have got so many stars across the board.
Melbourne. Yes and no, because Melbourne are very even. I think last year they didn't have anyone who finished in the top 12 in the Coaches Association votes. They've just got lots and lots of good players, whereas Adelaide do have a few out-and-out stars. So we need to try to sort of limit their output as much as possible without becoming too focused on them, because we need to get the ball going our way as well.
Is there any inkling or desire to get revenge after the prelim earlier this year?
Not mentioned at all. We're 17th on the ladder at the moment. We're doing our best to work our way up there. So Adelaide are a side we've got a great lot of respect for as a footy team and as people. So the revenge aspect, definitely isn't there. But we just want to be continuing our path of playing better football. It would be great to knock them off though.
And so when did that sort of expectation for this season sort of reshape from, contenders at the start of the year? Was it after that Geelong game you started to relook at it?
Yeah, definitely. I think at that stage we decided that we need to be playing better football. And if it happened really quickly and we got within 3 points of the Bulldogs, if we had got that result and the Carlton result, our position on the ladder would look different, but at the same time, probably our football wouldn't have been that different. So it's that the results are sort of by the way a bit. So we've been working on building each week and getting our football better. I think we've done that so far, and this will be a really good test this week.
Do you get anything out of trying to be that disruptor now and make things a bit harder for teams who are in the A?
Yeah, not really. I've heard a bit of press about that, and hopefully sides who are well above us in the ladder don't look forward to playing us, because we are playing better football at that stage when it happens. But we're much more about what we want to do and set ourselves up for the back half of the year and for 2023.
What do you focus on the next 4 games, Trent?
It's just that general improvement again. So our ball movement, which was really stagnant early on in the season, the effort, despite what the scoreline might say, the effort's never gone away. The effort's been there, but we're just playing very much reactive football. So to be more proactive, we did that last week, and we probably got burnt a little bit on the other way, but to keep pushing forward with that brave ball movement, we want to see that going for the rest of the season.
I imagine looking at the vision of the Crows, who haven't conceded a goal for a couple of weeks, is a little bit daunting. How do you approach that?
Yeah, so we watched that for how they go, and then we look back further to how sides who have scored against them. So Melbourne beat them fairly comfortably in round 1, and North really pushed them, and Collingwood did at times as well. So we look for chinks, if there are any in their armour, to try to make sure that we can hit the scoreboard as well as having a good look at their strengths and trying to limit them.
What about Nicky Gore playing against a former side and premiership teammates. Is there any nerves there with her?
No, it doesn't appear to be. I'm sure there is, but internally. But she's been, very much focused and looking forward to it. Had a good catch up with her the other day, so she was chairman of selectors this week and helping us come up with the plan for the Crows, obviously knowing them so well. So, but she's a very well respected Adelaide player, obviously premiership player there, and she's looking forward to getting back to her home city and playing against her old mates.
Kiara Bowers had a bit more sleep this week after such an interrupted preparation.
Yeah, she was. It was still a bit of a struggle early on in the week, but she's had a couple of nights now, and obviously a night in the hotel room tonight, which will be good for her. So although the way she went last week, we might keep her on that no sleep preparation.
And what role do you think gets the best out of Roxy Rue for the remaining rounds of the season?
Yeah, she can play multiple roles. We probably missed her last week up forward. She started really well up forward, and then when we threw her into the ruck, that sort of affected our forward line dynamic, where we probably weren't tall enough and strong enough. So this week we'd like to play a second ruck, and that will help Roxy play forward and do what she does best.
And any considerations for who might come into the side for Dana East?
Yeah, so at this stage we're looking at having... we've got a few in contention. So Amy Mulholland's one who missed out last week. She's in contention. Like I said, we've got Sarah Wilster as another likely ruck backup. Bianca Webb's a midfielder who's a bit more like for like in that situation as well.